5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Before we move on to the next part of the session, may I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण विनीता गंधर्विका माता जय दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी from Shapur. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Preeti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashmati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Srimati Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. And thank you so much for all your wonderful services, Mataji. This is Sundarangi Radha Devi Dasi from Canada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every day. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every single day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumar Devidasi from Dallas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every day. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanur Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radharaman Das from Warwick, Maryland.
Hare Krishna, Radharaman Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi from Elcon.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. All glories to your wonderful services. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 15th chapter, verse number 3, if I'm not wrong. Yes, 3. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please take over the call. Hari Bol. Can you unmute, please, Maharaj? Can you unmute?
Okay.
Please take over.
Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. He Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha क्षीरोपम साग्रजातम सगण रघुनाथान्वितम तम सजीवम साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितम शं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमा ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नस्तप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भवति उत्तमश्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय गौरव भक्त वृंद की जय थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग मी दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू स्पीक ऑन दिस वंडरफुल वर्सेस instructions for civilized human beings. These instructions are given by Narad Muni to King Yudhishthira. And so Yudhishthira Maharaj, that is after the Rashtriya Yajna, that Krishna was worshipped the first, and some envious people, they became angry, or why this Gwala is taking this position, this should be given to Bhishma Pitama or someone else. Anyway, now Yudhishthira Maharaj is speaking to Narad Muni and he is instructing him after giving all the varnashram and all other system, how one should live in the material world and what is the duty, how they could obtain Krishna or go obtain their goal in life. So these are all topics has already been given. Now varnashram, vanprastha, instruction for civilized human being, and this is further instructions for civilized human beings. Text number 3. द्वै देवे पितृकार्ये त्रिनेकैक आमुभ यत्र वा भोजयेत् सुसमृद्धोऽपि श्राद्धे कुर्यान्न विस्तरम्. So, Shraddha ceremony in which the oblations are offered in the for the forefathers. I have some cataract and then it's tearing, so sometimes the letters are not clear. So if I pass and remove some tears, so please don't mind. So
Hare Krishna Maharaj, would you like us to read?
No, it's okay. It's just a little reading, so that's okay.
Okay.
So, translation and purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. During the period for offering oblations to the demigods, one should invite only 2 brahmanas. And while offering oblations to the forefathers, one may invite 3 brahmanas, or in either case, only 1 brahmana will suffice. Even though one is very opulent, he should not endeavor to invite more brahmanas or make various expensive arrangements on those occasions. So basically, Prabhupada is saying, or Yudhishthira Maharaj was told by Narad Muni that when there is a death in the family, you offer some Shraddha. Why Shraddha ceremony is necessary? And there is a Pitr Paksha also. that for 15 or 16 days, that it is comes in the month of, I think, Bhadrapad month, just after Ganesh Pujan, this comes, this Shraddha ceremony, Pitha Paksh. And people, they offer oblations. Just that people may be, the forefathers or Pitras, may be suffering or maybe in need of something. And when they are offered here, that is transferred by the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, it is transferred to the forefathers. The forefathers bless you, they live in peace, and they appreciate that my son is taking care of me. So how long the forefathers, they live in the certain place, if they are liberated, the best thing that that if they are devotees or become a devotee, and your devotional piety or devotional results, they are also goes to the forefathers. Just like when Prahlad Maharaj said, please forgive my father and liberate him, he said that not only your father but 21 generations would be liberated. So one does not have to worry about. So one has to the best oblations that has been given, that is to become a tarpan. Tarpan is the same thing like oblations. And this in Shraddha ceremony, what they give pindadan. Pind is like a ball, like a sweet ball, you may say, made of rice and sugar, and they are offered through the fire to the forefathers. And so tarpan, like people use something like water, sesame seeds, and jaw. Jaw is like barley. Barley is also offered to forefathers. And main thing is chanting the holy name, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, feeding the Brahmanas. Feeding the Brahmanas means you feed them in such a way that with made of pure ghee or cow's ghee, that the ghee comes out from out of their mouth. When they chew the food, it is so much ghee that it comes out. And so just like when you take rasgulla, the juice comes out. When you take this jalebis, then the juice also comes out of them. If you so in the same way that Brahmana should be, but Brahmana, it must be the Vaishnava, a pure devotee. And it is offered that either you are worshipping demigods, there should be not more than 2 Brahmanas. And if it is a oblations to the forefathers, then oblations to, then one may invite 3 Brahmanas. Or again, further it is said that only 1 Brahmana is enough. You don't have to go for 2 or 3 Brahmanas. And then the purport gives about what exactly and how it was done by Advaitacharya, also by giving that example. So purport, as we have already mentioned, Srila Advaitacharya, during the generally observed ceremony to offer oblations to the forefathers, invited only Haridas Tagore. Thus, he followed this principle. Name bhaktas chaturvedi mad bhaktaha. Name bhakta chaturvedi. Just the last verse, second number. Mad bhaktaha swapachah priyah. Tasmai tasmai deyam tato grahyam nache pujyo yatha hi even though a person is very learned scholar of the Sanskrit Vedic literature, he is not accepted as my devotee unless he is pure in devotional service. However, even though a person is born in a family of dog eater, he is very dear to me if he is pure devotee who has no motive to enjoy fruitive activities or mental speculation. Indeed, all respect should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am. So that's a very nice verse, that Swapach, that is dog eater, is more better if he is a devotee of the Lord. And it is very rare to find here. Even if he is a Durachari, yeah, like Apichet Durachari, Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhag, Adhureva Samantave, Samag Vyavastha. Yes. properly situated in devotional service, then he is a devotee, because he has accepted the devotional service as the all in all, not for sense enjoyment, but to please the Supreme Lord. So very clear instructions are given here. The Lord says it is not necessary that one becomes expert in Vedic knowledge before he can become a bhakta or a devotee. Even if one is born in a family of dog eaters, he can become my devotee and be very dear to me, in spite of having taken birth in a family. Therefore, offering should be given to my devotee, and whatever my devotee has offered me should be accepted. Following this principle means whatever he is giving to the devotee should be accepted as the prasad, as the mercy. And this is Maha Prasad. First you offer to Krishna, then the same thing is offered to a devotee of the Lord, and then if he takes it, and then whatever remnants is there, that is Maha Prasad. Like people used to offer to Krishna, then to Srila Prabhupada, and people would fight to take some small morsel of that prasad. Following this principle, one should invite a first class Brahmana or Vaishnava, a realized soul, and feed him while observing the Shraddha ceremony to offer oblations to one's forefather. So, Manushanam Shastreshu Kashin Yatapi Siddhe Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kashin Ma Veti Tattva. That many people, they endeavor to become Siddha or perfection in life, but that may be Jnanis, that may be Karmakandis or Karmis. Those are like they think that that is Siddhi. But Yatatam Api Siddhanam, out of many of these people, Kashin Ma, with only very rare they know me. And so it is not that easy. The Jnanis, they want to go to the higher planetary system. They become impersonalist. So there are couple kinds of impersonalism are there. We will talk about those. And then out of this, all the Jnanis, then there is very rarely that they know who Krishna is and how to please him. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very so much renounced and so much Jnani, and nobody would come to him to fight Shastrarth. It used to be in those days that people would open and through the Shastra they used to fight like Keshav Kashmiri. He went to defeat and he was getting the letters. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting in, at the bank of the Ganges, and he respected him that he please have a seat and asked him about glorification of Ganges. And he chanted like just like the speed of wind, 100 verses. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remembered everyone, and one of a couple verses that what is the defects in this. He could not say anything how there could be any defects, but he showed them what is the defects. And then he became very morose, and then he left the place. Nobody derided him. He went when he asked, because he was worshipper of Saraswati Devi, and Saraswati was sitting on his tongue, that why you made me that I was defeated by a young boy. So that he is not just a young boy. I worship him. He is my worshipable Lord, and you are very lucky that you were defeated by him. In the morning is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he went to his place and then paid him obeisances. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are a scholar. Why you are paying me obeisances? He said that, Lord, I know now by the mercy of my goddess Saraswati. And so then he said that don't reveal this secret until I am in this planet. So he was just always going on the streets of Navadvip and chanting Gauranga Mahaprabhu's names and occasionally seeing him, but he never revealed until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left back to his own abode. In this way, so why only one Brahmana and two or three Brahmanas for this rituals? This is Shraddha ceremony is really not necessary for a devotee. He has no obligations whether to, there are many rents in this world. Those rents are Pitra rent, Rishi rent, different people, different animals, Prakriti. He gets rishis. So he gets learn from all these people. So naturally the earth produces grains and person eats. There are so many other people, they also uh, help the man. So he should be worshipped and he should be given. So in this way, but a devotee does not have any rents because he plays the supreme personality of Godhead. The biggest example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a very great scholar. Nobody would stand in front of him to debate. He went when the Jagannath Mishra is his father. So Jagannath Mishra, he passed away when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very young, maybe 14, 15 years old, less than that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before he started his schooling or tall and teaching students, before his even marriage, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya and he met Ishwar Puri before in Navdeep itself. And so in Navdeep, like he was going and then he asked him to please come and he took prasadam at the house of Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu served him. And he was asking him that please I wrote a small booklet, please correct that. And he said that there is no need of any correction. Whatever a great personality like yourself is writing, that's perfect. Grammatically and in any way, it should not be melodious, melodious or whatever you wrote is perfect. That is the perfection, that you are a perfect devotee and whatever comes out of your mouth or pen and you write it, that's the perfection. So later on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Gaya, Bodha Gaya and then Gaya Ji. It is holy place where many people have done tapasya and yagyas. And there is a Phalgu river like Saraswati, that not Saraswati, but flows underneath the earth, and people cannot see that. So anyway, so he went to see, there was a footprints of Vishnu. Vishnu footprints were there, and he worshipped Vishnu footprints and had some Brahmanas do Shraddha ceremony, and so he prepared and he fed that. But also he saw Ishwar Puri, he also invited him to come and initiate him that please give me Diksha. I want to serve you my life long. Diksha means not to serve Krishna, not only Krishna, but also to the spiritual master. He should be served with all life, throughout the life, or at least whatever orders he gives, you should follow. So he took Diksha from Ishwar Puri, and they talked and they cried and they talked all night about Krishna and his pastimes, and so loving memories were there. He was a scholarly in debate before, but now he became such a simple after Diksha. He just became like a simple boy, student or a scholar, and when he went, he will cry all around. And he had students, he had a hall where he was teaching, and now every word he will speak would be about Krishna. I mean, the meaning of all the words were Krishna. And sometimes people and the boys saw that he is not teaching more and more deeper, but that is the deepest thing is that you see the whole world, all the alphabets, everything is related to Krishna. It is Krishna. Really, Krishna expands in all these things. And some students became his like against him, and then some were criticizing him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought that I came to make devotees, not enemies. And if they somehow they become ill of me or they curse me, they will go to hell. So better that and everybody respects a sannyasi. So after that after some nocturnal kirtan and all this, that he did at almost for a year, he did at Srivas Thakur Sangam, and later on he took sannyas at the age of 24 years. So in this way, because sannyasis, nobody derides them, nobody they pay respect. So whatever the sinful activity they have done by paying obeisances to uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there all the sins were gone, dissolved, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived in Jagannath Puri for many, many years for taking sannyas. But he was married before that, before he went for sannyas, he was married to Lakshmi Priya and later on to Vishnu Priya. So today is also Vishnu Priya Devi's appearance day also. Not Vishnu Priya Devi. I will tell you about her a little bit. And today is Basanta Panchami also. Basanta Panchami is like a spring, is beginning of a spring. In India, I'm not talking about spring in America or somewhere, but it is a spring season is there, and all the atmosphere is surcharged with many flowers, because of the rainy season, and then the little cool, and now all the coldness is gone. It's warm, it's a Motudil, or it's neither cold nor hot. It's very pleasant here in India, where I am living in Khargone. And so crops are growing, people have money because they sell their produce, and lots of fruits and flowers and vegetables are grown. The whole atmosphere is green, and in this way, Basant Panchami, they worship Saraswati, the goddess of learning. On this day, also Krishna he also likes this Basant Panchami. So a lot of celebrations. People invite Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, feed them. They go to temple. They offer in the temple their produce and some money, and invite Brahmanas to their home. Lot of kirtan is being done today. That Vasanta Panchami, and there is like Ras Sharat Purnima. There is a Ras dance. Also, some kind of Ras dance of Krishna is also on this Basanta Panchami. In jubilation, Krishna dances, and anybody should dance in the Krishna's temple. People in marriages and all these things, they start dancing, but in the temple, if you ask them, they don't dance. It should be danced in front, out of pleasure, singing Krishna's glory, singing his names, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. They should dance in front of the temple. There used to be Devdasis in Jagannath Puri and other big temples, and they dedicated their life for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So anyway, so today is also Vishnu Priya's appearance day. So who is this Vishnu Priya? We'll talk a little bit about Vishnu Priya and then go on with the words that we are talking about. And in Navdeep, there was Sripad Sanatan Mishra. He was a very learned devotee, Vedic and this Brahman. So he had a daughter by name Vishnu Priya, and Vishnu Priya was a Param Sundari, very beautiful, Sarva Lakshana Balika, and from very birth she was Dharma Parayana. She would go to Ganges along with his mother, holding her pallu, and go almost 3 times a day, and also at home she will worship the deity. And so Ganga Snan, and she was very like follow the orders of her parents, and she will follow Agya Karini, and she will do the Diti Seva. She liked that Diti Seva, very simple hearted. So she was walking very slowly, Mandagati, and she used to look and she will always look down on her foot, or never looked up. And she was so beautiful that people would like to see her whole face. But because she was bending her head, nobody could see. Sometimes some ladies will hold her chin, lift her head and see that, and they become very amazed at how beautiful she is. And she will offer chandan, pushpa, fruits, dhoop, deep, and she will sit at the bank of the Ganges and worship Ganges. Sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would tease her that whatever you have for offering, the demigods you offer to me, I am the God I'm the Supreme Lord. Even Ganges worships me. even Lord Shiva worships me. In this way, and she would see sometime Sachi Devi, the mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and she was always thinking that if somehow I could get married my daughter to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but she was afraid in saying because he was such a scholarly man, and why he will marry a Brahman's daughter, but also this Brahman was very scholarly, and he was also thinking in that way that I should get my daughter married to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So somehow there used to be a ghatak, means who arranges for the marriage, and they send. So both. So this Satyabhama's marriage, Satrajit sent this same person, Kashin, and he was Kashinath Mishra in this day, in this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. In Gaur Ganesh, one of this Deepika that describes about who was there in their past life. And this Ghatak, they used to do the marriage between the two parties. And so both were thinking, and now they came together through this Ghatak, and there was a marriage of this both of them. So Vishnu Priya, if you read Vishnu Priya's, like how she remained after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left at 24 years of age, and she could never see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent her her khadau, and then she carved Diti of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is still there. Virahini Vishnu Priya is a book, very, very nicely written. What are her feeling, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, and he was chanting the holy name, and each rice, like she will take the rice, and one round, one rice. So all day she will chant whatever rice that she will cook and eat only one time a day. That was her austerity, and she will always remember Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So she is anyway, she is Lakshmi Priya is also, and both are Lakshmis themselves are Satyabhama. So Satyabhama was also like by her father married Satrajit to Lord Krishna when he was in Dwarka. And his first wife was Rukmini Devi that he brought from Bhishma. He wanted, the father wanted, but her brother did not wanted him to get married. Means he wanted that this Shishupal should get married to Rukmini. But anyway, Krishna, she wrote a letter to Krishna and he came, and he kind of like kidnapped her, but it is not kidnapped. She wanted to go and she sat on the chariot herself, and they defeated everybody. We won't go more detail about this marriage, but this about this Shraddha ceremony and how many others that Tarpan or Shraddha ceremony, Pindadan. And so you see, in Chitraketu had a boy. He was hardly 5-year-old, and then he died. And so inside her house, ladies were crying, and then he went inside. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing Sankirtan in the Angan of this Srivas Thakur Sangan. He was doing that. And then he went inside that, do not cry, do not make any sound. If it is, then I will die myself in the Ganges. Don't disturb the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But after that, the Sankirtan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood he is the Supreme Lord. Then he asked, why you did not tell me? He said that, my dear Lord, I did not want to disturb your Kirtan and enjoying the Kirtan meditation on the Supreme Lord. Although he is Lord, but he is worshipping himself. He's chanting about himself. Anyway, it is for us to learn from him how much we should love the Supreme Personality of Godhead. in this way, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu invited the boy to please come. So he came to life, and then he said that, my Lord, whatever period that I have, it is by the mercy of you that I became son of such a wonderful devotee like Srimad Thakur. But my period was limited. So then I have gone. Now I am gone, and you called me, so I came. He gave, and then everybody was very happy, and then this is Srivas Thakur. In Chitraketu's house also, the boy, he died by poisoning his co-wives. He had 1 crore wives. 1 million, I think 1 crore wives, and only nobody had bore any child. So he asked some, and then by the mercy of some saintly people, he had a son. He was named that he will give you pleasure and he will give you suffering also. And so he also came back to life because they were poisoned. And he said the same thing, that yes, I had many fathers, many mothers. Which life you are talking about? Although he had gone just some time ago, but everybody has a fixed time according to the Lord's plan, and we have to give our body without. So there wasn't much tarpan or anything like this in those times. Pandavas, they left also. Pandavas, and they left one after another when they saw that their uncle had gone, and Vidur took Dhritarashtra. He is gone. Then following him, their mother also had gone. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj, and following Yudhishthir Maharaj. They did not say anybody. At the end, it was Draupadi. She also left. And somebody, they left their body in the way. Nobody looked on the backside or did any of these things. If you see about King Rishabdev, his father, his supreme personality of Godhead, is the first Tirthankar of Jainism. And then he would live at earlier. Nobody, they would not live any where to find, where they will be staying or what they will be eating there. And she left earlier, gave that kingdom to Bharat Maharaj, on whose name Bharatvarsha is there. So he went to some forest and was meditating there, and he would he would pass his stool and urine on the same place, but his stool was like so much he smelled that for miles there would be a nice fragrance all around. Is the Supreme Lord, and that way nobody came for to bring his body back and find. They just buy, and some cars they put the body on the roof, so the eagles and they come and they eat the body. So body is not important. Important is the soul, and we don't die. The death is of the body. Body is dead even every moment. Even now, the body is dead. Everybody's body, but it is alive and act and has consciousness is because of the soul. So soul is important, and we should see that soul is relieved from this binding of the body or binding in the material world. Material world is also like a prison house where you are bound up with so many desires, so many multifarious desires to enjoy the senses. But the senses are false. Senses, it is not spiritual senses, it is all material that gives pleasure to the body or senses itself. So they should be curbed. We should control the senses and should meditate on the Supreme Lord, and that way transfer. The human life is meant to go back home, back to Godhead in the loving devotional service to Krishna. Bhishma Pitama. Bhishma Pitama was lying on the arrow beds because he ate the food of Duryodhan. And then because Duryodhan was very, very sinful, he did not eat. Krishna did not eat any his chapan bhog or anything. But he ate banana peels at the house of Vidurani's house. So he does not need all these things. He needs the love. Vidurani is showing that how she was loving. She was bathing at that time, and she just came out, and Krishna threw his outer garment to cover the body of Vidurani ji. And then he said that I'm hungry, and she brought some bananas, and just she forgot that I'm offering the banana peels, but Lord ate that banana peels very, very realistically. When Vidur came and saw the activity of his wife, and he was saying that, what are you doing? So he himself peeling and giving the pulp, but then says that this does not have that kind of taste, which is the taste of Vidurani's banana peels. Shabri's bear also like that. And it was already eaten by Shabri, but out of love she was tasting that my Lord should accept the sweet jamun, sweet bears. And she was cleaning every day for a long time. She was cleaning the road all the way to her hut. The Lord would come and should not have any harms or anything. So that so one should learn the mentality of the devotees. And so in this way, Bhishma Pitama was lying on the bed for 52 days, or some say 6 months, when the sun was on Uttarayan. And then those people, then he had the boon from Maharaj Shantanu, his father, that you will die at your will whenever you will desire. So when the kingdom was on the hands of Yudhishthira Maharaj and he thought to live, and Krishna broke his promise that I will not take any weapon, but Vishwapitama wanted that Lord should take a weapon. The Lord always fulfills the desires of his devotees. Even if he has taken an oath or anything, he may lie many times. Why? To protect the honor of his devotees. He loves so much. Krishna did many times, oh, I did not eat mud, I did not spill butter, I did so many times that and it's very pleasing to watch those movies which is made about Krishna and his childhood pastimes. So, so Krishna needs love. We need love of Krishna, and that is so we should understand what love means, not to satisfy our senses, not a business exchange, not to ask the Lord. Pandavas were so close friend to the Lord, but they never asked for their trouble, that please give us this or give us that, and please make us winner, or we don't have to go to the forest for 12 years and 1 year of without any knowing anybody that they could catch us. They never asked for that. They were always asking for service. And so for anyway, Krishna taught this Bhagavad Gita in 45 minutes in between the two armies, and they were ready to fight. But everybody heard, but only Arjun could understand. And that's why Arjun and few others could understand. It's not that Krishna spoke in just a whispering, but he spoke very loudly. But unless they are surrendered to the Lord and they are, one cannot understand. It's like most confidential knowledge. And that confidential, you say, it is all written, anybody can read, but only who has accepted a guru and follow the certain rules and regulations, they can only understand the mystery of Bhagavad Gita. But there was no Shraddha ceremony. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never performed Shraddha for his father again. Lord Ram performed Shraddha ceremony for Dasharath Maharaj. He just went to the river, Ganges river was there where he was staying. And it was Ganges or Godavari river. Lord Ram stayed most of the time in Chitrakoot. Then he went to Dandakaranya forest. Then he went from there to where Sugriv was ruling Kishkindha. And from there he went to the shore of the ocean and crossed the ocean by building the bridge. Then he fought with Ravan and defeated and brought Mother Sita. So anyway, so he offered oblations by offering some water. That is like tarpan. And not that you need that he is the Supreme Lord. So he just offered. And Dasharath also came at that time. So Dasharath Maharaj, they live in there. So they accept like the soul accepts a spiritual body when you go up. And although when they come to their children, they may show the same way as they were, but it's the body has gone, the body is burned. But the soul can come if they are pure devotees or go to their spiritual abode, they could come back. This Narottam Das Thakur also came back. He almost died, but he also came back when so many the devotees were praying to him to please come back. And so he came back to his body, and then all the caste brahmanas were so much, and they paid their obeisances to the Narottam Das Thakur, become their devotees. And but then his body was melted and was completely become like a milk. So in this way, many people they have this Shraddha ceremony, and it is said that don't people they do this Shraddha, they waste so much money, so much Lakshmi, which belongs to Krishna and for his service. It should not be wasted in that way. They waste in the so many marriage ceremonies and some hair cutting ceremony and so many ceremonies. But here with this verse, we understand that you invite 2 or 3 brahmanas only, or even 1 brahmana, and do the function. And this Advaitacharya Prabhu only had invited just Haridas Thakur. And other brahmanas came after that, he invited them also. But main thing, the best was that Haridas Thakur. And he said that if you take your feeding you is like equal to 100,000 brahmanas. So brahmanas when saw that he is paid first plate went to him, Haridas Thakur, they all left. And then at their home, there was no fire. They could not eat, they could not cook, because the fire, they used to take from one fire to another. Like so all their chula, where they were cooking, was extinguished. There was rain and everything, so they came and begged Advaitacharya to please give them the food, because they were so much hungry and they could not eat and cook at their home. So he invited only Haridas Thakur, but others they did come. And Advaitacharya Sadashiv, Vishnu and Shiva together, they embrace, and by his prayers and worshipping Shalagram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And he's showing us by his example. By example, like Krishna is going to Sandipani Muni or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu studying or taking initiation, even sannyas, but he gave that same mantra to Keshava Bharati, and then Keshava Bharati spoke on his ears the same mantra. So it's a really he was initiating Keshava Bharati, but we think that Keshava Bharati given Brahman initiation to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, this offering this Shraddha ceremony and not wasting. So there are 3 kinds of this charity. Charity in mode of ignorance, charity in mode of patience, charity in mode of goodness. Ignorance means you give somebody and they drink or go to brothels or drink wine or one hunting, and sometimes you give to so many Babajis, but you have to know who they are and what is their character. So character is most important. And so that is it. Without knowing, and if they misuse it, then you also suffer. In mode of passion, that passion, like when the people are giving charity to some political reason, for some bodily, or for earning some more money or getting votes. I was in Haridwar, and one politician had fruits filled with fruits like apples and banana, and he was throwing, take this and put your seal on such and such place. So it is in mode of passion. It is not really giving any result to the people who are giving. They are remain in darkness as before. Then in mode of goodness, you feed to the brahmanas, and so that is all right, because the modes they change. Every moment the modes they change. Just like mixing the color, 3 color, you make millions of colors. So same thing by mixing this 3 modes. But people who are in Suddha Sattva, they give to pure devotees, they print books, they give permanent temple, they feed people, prasad. So Prabhupada always arrange for book distribution, prasad distribution, elaborate temple worships. So if you give in those things, that is Shuddha Sattva, Vasudev Sattva, beyond this material things. In this way, I told you about Maharaj Chitraketu and how later on he became Vratarasur, and how he was like Vratarasur was, Chitraketu became a demon by the curse of Parvati Devi. And then he wanted to die and go back to Krishna's abode because he was a pure devotee. He saw Krishna face to face before, but because he was cursed, he accepted that curse. And so Indra was very much afraid of this Vratarasur. But then he was saying to King Indra that please bring that you have made this Vajra by the bones of Dadichi Rishi. So you throw that. So one time he threw it back and his elephant and went like hundreds of feet backward. He had to save himself. But again he was praying that, oh my Lord, just like the little birds, baby birds are waiting for the mother to come and feed them, or just as the cow's calf is waiting for the mother to give them the milk, and just as a chaste woman is waiting for her husband to come home, and how she waits and she has that feeling. So same feeling should be in my heart for you, my Lord. And so in that way, so he was giving from one after another. On the topmost is how a chaste lady, when the husband is out in some another country or another city, or coming after a long time, and how she feels about what is the feeling in the emotions in her. That is Vatrasur is praying to the Lord. And so anyway, he gave up his body. And so all this everywhere, like Pandavas, there was no the Pindadan. For Draupadi, there was no Pindadan. As I told you about Rishabdev, and he just died without any nowhere or where they are. And discuss about Srivas Thakur's son and Bhishma Pitama also. We discuss about it, how Bhishma Pitama died. And so Pindadan is good, but if one goes to Gaya and worships one who is a devotee, he is not indebted to anyone, and they do not have to perform this Pindadan. But it's a good for ordinary household life, like this chapter that we are reading is ordinary people in general, how they could be benefited. Instruction for civilized human being. So unnecessarily wastage your mind and your time is gone, and it should be utilized for everything. Is it related to Krishna? Will Krishna be pleased with me by my this endeavor? Just to show to the public is not necessary. We think that, oh, what people would tell me, I'm a rich man, I should spend some money and invite many, many people. But that consciousness leads you to again, not means some people may be you are feeding and you may get some sinful reactions by feeding someone who is not qualified. So, Haridas Thakur is the greatest of the Vaishnavas. Namacharya Haridas Thakur, chanting 300,000 names of the Lord every day. And so I will tell you about Hemavatar Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so this is for civilized human beings. And Vishnu Priya that we discussed about, and how in Pathshala he had a toll. Toll is like a school, and many people used to come. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also joined a toll of Gangadhar Pandit, and now he had his own toll and in teaching. And then for teaching he went to East Bengal, Bangladesh now, to teach them, and he had received many, not that he had to earn and all these things, that is not necessary, but that is the Supreme Lord is showing that, yes, you have to make some endeavor to earn your livelihood. So he went and then brought on his cart and bullocks or whatever, many things from his earning. But he had Tapan Mishra, he asked him to go to, he went to this Kashi, Banaras, And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went there, then he stayed at his house. He sent this. There was his classmates were there. So he sent Loknath Goswami. He went long before that. Whenever the Bengalis they come, you go and show them and give them the place to stay. Also, he said in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed by his example, this Chaitanya Charitamrita is a postgraduate study. After even Bhagavatam study, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charita, Bhagavatam, then you study because it is the life of the Supreme Lord, how to live. He's showing is like here also like that. The topic is that instruction for a civilized human being. So he's showing all this that how they could become a devotee while in a grahastha life or whatever position they are, whether they are sannyasi, kiba vipra, kiba nashi, shudra kenenai, Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta, say Guru. That whoever knows about the Krishna Tattva, so is teaching by his own example. And Chaitanya Charitamrita should be read, and also Chaitanya Bhagavat. One is supplement to the another one. So Vishwambhar. So he was doing every word he was teaching with that it is Krishna. He was teaching with Krishna. He wrote also a like a grammar book, very highly elevated grammar book, but he had to throw it in the Ganges because his friend says that who will be reading my book that you also wrote. I also wrote a book, Vyakaran. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote that. Only we have 8 verses of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But when you go to like Navdeep and there are other written things that you could find. He had a boat that he crossed Ganges, and that boat and that is also there preserved, which is touched by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One can go and see that also when you go to Navdeep or some another place also. And where Nityananda Prabhu was married to Sudha and Janavi Mataji, and so there are also. So next verse also talks about the same thing, about that if one arranges to feed many brahmanas or relatives during the Shraddha ceremony, there will be discrepancies in the time, place, respectability, and ingredients, the person to be worshipped, and method of offering. So rather than getting all this confusion, one should just eat to the Brahmana and the Shraddha is gone, to the pure Vaishnava, and Shraddha is gone. So Brahmanas are like Karma Nishtha Brahmana, Tapo Nishtha, Swadhyaya Nishtha, and Gyan Nishtha. One who is Bahunam Janmana Mante, Gyanavan Mam Prapadyate. That Gyani who surrenders to Krishna. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such a Mahatma is very, very rare. Fine. And as I told you, whom to give the charity, there are 3 kinds of charities in different modes. And Brahmanas should be invited while offering oblations to demigods. Only invite 2 Brahmanas, and forefathers invite 3 Brahmanas. In neither case, only 1 Brahmana in either case will suffice. Even if one is opulent, he should not endeavor to invite more Brahmanas or make expensive arrangements. So we should learn from these verses that how people they waste millions and millions of rupees or dollars for their show because they have earned illegally or legally, whatever it is, according to their destiny, according to their bhagya, they earn, but then they spend in this way. It should be spent for spreading Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada used to say that if I earn $1 million today, I will spend it tomorrow in building some temple or feeding. And he used to say that every temple should keep some dough ready, and anybody comes, they should make chapatis or some sabji or halwa should be kept, and should 10 miles from the temple, nobody should remain hungry. So such was the arrangement of Srila Prabhupada. What a great vision. He's such a big visionary. Mayapur whole city is because of Srila Prabhupada. And so many temples, so many people taking interest. This Kumbh Mela, after 144 years, after 12 Kumbh Melas, which comes once in every 12 years, now that came, and many people they went. But one may ask the question, is it necessary? And that to go and dip there in the Kumbh, in the Ganges, and many places that it's not really necessary. You could just chant his name there. Your life is at jeopardy. And if you just chant the holy name of the Lord and remember him and remember his pastimes, remember his glories, then it is equal. Even any temple is like equal to even Vrindavan, where Lord's worship is there, going on, the worship is going there. So that is also a holy place, holy dham. And you could just bring some water from Ganges and pour on your head. It will give the same effect. But anyway, people who have went, they wanted to become Amrita, that they would never die. That Amrit Varsha is there. At that time, a special occasion, a special place. And that Amrit came from Asuras when Mohini Murti distributed the nectar. Then Mohini Murti gave it to Garudji. And Garudji was flying, but some drops fell at these four places: Prayag, Allahabad, Haridwar, Nasik, and Ujjain. And then they became the place for Kumbh Mela. Kumbh means the pot of nectar. Kumbh means a ghada. So anyway, I will end here. We discuss more about Shraddha ceremony of different people. But what we do and spend in Pitra Paksha, many people, if you have gone to Gaya and chant the holy name, then there is no need. But if you are a Karma Kandi, or then you do offer, so Pitras, if they are hanging somewhere, they will get the belief. That Pitra Paksha is a bad time. You do not buy anything. It is, you don't do many activities, don't cut your hairs or nakhuns. But Prabhupada wanted a clean shave. He did not wanted that you grow your hairs, and but people do sometime in Chaturmasya also. But Prabhupada was not of that mood that you should grow your hairs during that time. He used to remain clean shaved always and put nice tilak and do the regular activity of preaching. So the best thing is chant, bring other people to the lotus feet of the Lord. We are all spoiled children and we are going away, and our most important duty is to bring those people who have forgotten our real Father back home, back to Krishna's abode. He is our Father. If anybody has any comments or questions, sometimes like my face is down and you may not be able to see, but you could hear. So I will end here. If there is any comments, questions, or anything to add up, please let me know. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavan. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanup Pranam Deshpad.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You always take the opportunity to come. I am happy that you do.
Yeah, thank
Show
you,
up in-
Maharaj, for sharing the glories of the Lord's name. That's the most important part, and other than other karm things and other things. Yeah. So thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Jai Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Maharaj. Thank you so much for nice examples, full of stories and katha and examples, Maharaj. Dear devotees, if you have any question, please feel free to raise your hand. And in the meantime, Maharaj, I have a question that
Sure,
is,
please.
if one of our family member is not a devotee, but the next generation is, then should they perform the thing for the people who were not devotee, or like what should they do? Should they perform the shad for the non-devotee members?
Mhm. Yeah, you could perform one time just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then you just chant for them. Just chant the holy name, read Srimad Bhagavatam. That is suffice. A devotee has no obligations for anything, material obligations. So it is all finished just by becoming a devotee and chanting the regularly.
Gotcha, gotcha. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
You are welcome. Thank you so much.
And I don't see any hand raised, Maharaj.
Krishna, Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for such a beautiful, beautiful class. Thank you so much for explaining the pastimes of Vidura and Vidurani pastime, how Lord accepts with the love everything. We should offer him with the love, so he accepts anything that we offer to him. Thank you so much. Very grateful to you. And how
Thank you
Lord
so much.
always fulfills the desires of his devotees, even though he's going to be means his words. How do I say you in the case of Bhishma Pitamaha, you were sharing that pastime about like how Lord fulfilled his promise of lifting the weapon, even though he said that he's not going to lift the weapon. Thank you so much for sharing all that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Vinay Devi. Okay, someone else has raised the hand now. Wali.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam, Srila
Hare Krishna
Prabhupada.
Mataji.
Hare
Jai Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Very wonderful class. We've covered a lot of things, mainly what happens after the death of Chitraketu Maharaj's sunrise. Harsha Soka, his name itself is. So he couldn't recognize even the parents in that life. So once we leave the body, it is taking another place above the heavens. So I have a question about this inviting the Brahmanas. You said 1, 2, or 3. So actually, I have my father-in-law's ceremony coming up on Wednesday. Prabhuji. We invited like couple of Brahmanas from the temple only. So what is the difference between the 2 Brahmanas and 3 Brahmanas, you said, Prabhuji? When you invite the second one and the third one?
For demigods, that's what in the purport that are in the translation, that for demigods you have 2 Brahmanas. For oblations or pindadan to some relative, it's 3 Brahmanas. But again, the same, it is being told by Narad Muni that just even 1 Brahmana is enough. You do not have to spend so much time, energies. Just 1 Brahmana, if he eats 1 Brahmana, like this Advaita Acharya, he just is equal to even 1 million just caste Brahmanas.
So Pitrudeva, father-in-law is considered as Pitrudeva only, right?
Yes.
So for them, you said 2 Brahmanas as per the report.
Right.
Yeah.
Pitras, you have 3 Brahmanas or even 1 is enough. And demigods, 2 Brahmanas. That's what this verse says.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you invite more, that's okay. If they are devotees and you're feeding them, that's okay. But don't make elaborate arrangements. Just better that you chant the holy name.
No, we don't make elaborate arrangements. We just invite either 1 or 2. So I have a question like whether it has to be 1 or 2.
Yeah. So 2, 1 is okay, or 3 for the Pindadan, and 2 for the demigod worship. People worship demigod to get some boons.
Yeah, this is not demigod worship, right? This is father-in-law and Pitrudeva.
Right.
So,
no, it is not demigod.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is 1 enough, right? As per your
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, Vansi, for wonderful question, and Prabhuji for clarifying. Prabhuji, Maharaj, can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
You mentioned the Srivas Thakur examples when his son died and everyone is crying. Was that a example for like in this line that he didn't also do some like Shraddha ceremony for the dead son? He didn't do Shraddha ceremony for the dead.
No, he did not do any Shraddha ceremony. He did not do. We don't see any description. He left his body in front of, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is dancing, and this is home. and Kirtan, so there is no need for that. He already went back home, back to Godhead. A son of Srivas Thakur, who is Narad, who is also incarnation of Narad Muni. Okay, so can we end here now?
With your permission, we can end the call.
Hare Krishna,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble
My humble
obeisances.
obeisances. And
Thank
I
you
feel
so
the
much,
great.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class today. And thank you so much for your association. You know, very regularly you are coming on the call and giving your classes. And thank you so much for your wonderful mercy on my parents. My father, he was so much conscious about, means he was Krishna conscious while leaving his body. He
Right,
was
right.
chanting and he was remembering Krishna. And I told my mom one day, I was talking to her and saying that while leaving body, what all the things, auspicious things should be around. But she forgot about that because she didn't know that he's gonna leave now, because nobody knew. But he himself said, "Show me Krishna's picture," and he was chanting and. He was saying, "Give me my japamala, I have to chant," like that. He was so much conscious, Prabhuji. And all because of your mercy, you came and you gave initiation personally coming. It's not possible, for them it was not possible to get initiated, but because of you they got initiated. And my father went back home, back to Godhead. Thank you so much,
And
Prabhuji.
Prabhupada's mercy and your mercy also that you invited me and we went there. But it was nice association there. So you don't have to worry about, because he was Krishna conscious all the time before leaving. Nobody could be Krishna conscious like what your father that you described him, about him, that he was chanting, asking beadbacks. Even if there was no Ganges water or Tulsi in his mouth, but I'm sure that he went to Krishna's abode because of his remembering Krishna. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Let's go and offer Arati now.
Dear devotees,
Sometime.
the offer of
Okay.
to Prabhuji, Panchakalpadar.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
पतितानां
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः
नमो
प्रभुपाद
की जय,
आगे
प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रीमद् भागवत
जय
Krishna dear devotees.
स्वामी
प्रभु की
तुलसी
जय
प्रभु जी की
Thank you,
जय।
Prabhuji. Thank you.
जय
नित्यानंद
Mataji, are you saying?
Hare
Hare Krishna, dear
Bol.
devotees. Today is Parambhavani Shama Mataji's birthday. Let us all wish her happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mataji.
Happy Krishna conscious
Krishna
birthday.
conscious birthday
Hare
माताजी।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Wish you a very
Thank
happy
you
Krishna conscious
परमपावनी
birthday,
श्यामा
Mataji.
माताजी। हरे
Thank you
कृष्णा।
Hare
so much, Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you
Hare
माताजी।
Krishna, Hare
birthday, Mataji.
Monday girl.
Hello
Hare.
रंगा नित्यानंद।
Thank you so much. Mataji, are you trying to say something?
Yeah, my humble obeisances to all of your sweet dear devotees. Thank you so much. I need your blessings, and please me so that I can serve all of you in the movement of Srila Prabhupada and stay Krishna conscious always with
प्रभु
Prabhupada.
टमाटो खाई वाज लागो जे।
Happy birthday, Mataji.
Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't serve to the extent I should. I slept very lately. My parent called me, and I couldn't wake up early. Mataji, I'm so sorry.
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada Shama Mataji. Is your birthday today?
Yes, Mataji, it's her birthday.
Yeah, wishing you a very happy
Happy
Krishna
माताजी,
conscious
हरे
birthday.
Thank
Yeah,
Thank you,
very happy
Mataji.
Krishna conscious birthday, and may you serve Shri Guru and Gauranga the way you are serving all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. My humble obeisances to all of your lotus feet. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavacha Danam Bhavanebhyo.
Vishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
So much, Mataji.
Happy
Thank
Krishna
you.
conscious birthday, Parambhavani Shama Mataji. Thank you so much for your wonderful services and your sincerity. You take down notes and your beautiful questions are always so full of realization. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. All glories to